You can go from one place to another. You can clip. You can do all these things.
That's all you need to do, really.
Just need to go to things. Oh, hey, we're going. All right. All right. Both these players starting at different places. Chris finding a key.
So let's see if Chris does what we discussed. Because we've got a really nice route planned out that should beat everyone. Especially Espeon. Oh, I get. Okay, we're not learning about clips yet. Oh, maybe we are.
I don't know what's happening. Spanda, what's going on?
Well, right now, Thalane's trying to do a downward teleport so he could jump across that ledge. After which he's going to jump downwards to get across the transition.
Okay, he's doing what you said. All right.
Oh, I guess he's going to Hobo. This is just fake flippers.
Okay, yeah, I know that one. I know fake flippers. Meanwhile, Chris getting bombs and rupees for days. Looks like he'll be heading into Kakariko after this.
Pretty. And the only thing that can cause us to require Aghanim is junk. That's good, because of all the clips allowed, we can get pretty much anywhere in the Dark World pretty easily. All we need is a Moon Pearl or a bottle.
Because bottle you can do, what, YBA?
Yeah, Chris.
Oh, I knew it!
Chris just getting more rupees.
And a sword. That's helpful. He can kill things.
Well, someone you know, more experienced who had that sword could.
Wow. We're just already beginning the roasting.
That's what you're here for.
Sorry, I was taken off guard by the pure savagery of that. I mean, clearly he can't kill anything with bombs. This guy is not a top runner at all.
Nope. Think his NMG time's like 19 hours?
That's his time, yep. Thalane grabbing his key from the sanctuary. Chris, like I said, is going to be heading into Kakariko.
This is just, you know, boring stuff. No glitches here.
Yeah, Chris knows. He's like, I know Chelsea's commentating. She doesn't know anything. I'm going to keep this easy for her. Look at all these normal things I'm doing.
But at the same time, he needs to impress me.
Why does he need to impress you?
Everyone knows all this stuff.
Oh, wow. Well, there's the Moon Pearl. That's important. We want that.
Literally...
You can go anywhere now, right?
Yeah, literally everything's open.
Cool.
Literally everything. I better not hear any corrections in chat.
I have a correction.
What?
I don't know. I tried to think of something witty and I lost it. I mean, they can't go to Aga.
Literally everything.
Alright, so Kakariko ended up a little dry. So
How
far.
How many vanilla items in that well?
I actually don't know what the vanilla items are. Hey, that's a fire rod.
Yep, that left us complete desert. It was a 2.
Yeah, they can 100% finish desert now, which is pretty nifty. Haven't seen a map check from either of these players yet. And we're going digging.
That wraps in with desert nicely, because we can get from desert up to the grove with a... I think it's called a clip.
A what?
A clip.
Can you spell that?
It's in chat.
Oh, okay. I know exactly what that is. So yeah, we'll be able to go dig up our item, and then I guess apparently, oh hey, we've got a little blue mail. Christopher
Chris,
definitely needs that.
Yeah, he absolutely needs that.
Honestly, how is he going to survive without that? Whew. Thank goodness we found it.
I don't know how he could survive without that. Thalane probably won't need it.
So this is that crit thing you were talking about?
Yeah. Okay, you want to go with that insult? He just soft locked himself for 20 rupees.
I'd do it. I'd soft lock for 20 bucks.
No, not 20 bucks, 20 rupees.
No. Well, how much is that? Can we convert that to like USD or I guess GBP if you're in Chris's case?
If you look it up on like Amazon, you can find flippers for about $20.
Okay.
But Link's a kid, you can find them for like $15. So $15, how many times is that going? How many times can you do that from 500? And that's about how much 20 rupees is worth.
So priceless is what we're gonna go with. I'd still do it. Alright, so Kliss? Did he soft lock again? Oh no, he did it.
He did the exact same thing. He didn't need to do that.
Alright, so Chris is making his way to desert. Checking that ledge item. Just a heart piece. I don't know why he didn't grab it. Ugh.
Probably trying to impress you.
What?
And he does have that blue mail.
Yeah, the blue mail was impressing me. I'm impressed now. There's a key up on the torch. We're gonna pick that up.
Did you notice that it's brown and not yellow?
No. I don't think Chris did either, because he's colorblind.
Oh, Thalane knowing that...
Ooh.
Wow, that's a mirror to look at himself with.
I mean, so in Overworld glitches, that's not as important, because you can pretty much get anywhere mirror locked in the light world, if I'm correct. Like, obviously, there's the, you know, the helpfulness of being able to mirror through dungeons and things, but... And just, you know, convenience sake, but it's not needed except for, like, Swamp, right? Unless I'm incorrect?
Yeah, the only thing that's going to be needed for is Swamp and Mimic Cave, with our current setup.
Got some sink over here. Oh, that was beautiful. That screen transition just made me really happy.
Yeah, Thalane clearly doing a better job.
Clearly.
Doesn't know where the pots are. Actually, if you play the GBA port of Link to the Past, pots are actually called bottles.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Well, another reason why the GBA port is bleh. Oh, whoa, I didn't know you could do that. That's so cool. I'm learning so many things right now.
Yeah, you can also do that with spin speed, but it's a bit harder. If you just keep clipping into a ledge, it's essentially going to try to hop you, because that's the collision it detects next at the end. And you're at kind of like a diagonal angle, so it's going to jump you diagonal and get you right behind desert. Of course, this does mean he will need to save and quit afterwards.
Because he'll be stuck.
Yeah, but we're probably going to see him at least try to lift the rock.
I haven't paid attention if we found that second item in desert, but what if we get gloves? Oh no, never mind.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
There was a ruby in big chest. Just kidding. I didn't pay attention.
I didn't either. Seeing Thalane with a different approach, he's going to teleport upwards, then go over here. Oh.
So he's bailing from desert 100%.
That's interesting. You can complete it right now. Probably going to see him check Shovel Spot and Cave 45. I think that's the number.
Yeah, I don't think Chris checked Cave 45 in his way to the shovel spot. If I remember correctly. Oh, looks like he didn't miss out on much.
Chris would soft lock himself 2.5 times for that.
Alright, thalane also not checking the shovel, but looks like he's going to be heading back to desert.
Yeah, interesting choice that he did that way, because you can actually do another spin speed light clip to jump off the diagonal ledge and get up there a bit quicker.
Chris going to be checking the dam, going to be making use of that mirror. If you, I know this one! If you mash the mirror button as you're pushing a block, poof, there it goes, it's gone.
Wow, how's that happen? Chris, unsurprisingly, messing up the anti-fairy skip.
Yeah, who gets hit by anti-fairy in there? Ooh. Alright, so we are extra lit now. What? He needs that, absolutely. He can't do dark rooms.
Yeah, thalane will not need that. We're probably going to see him do the old man soon.
I'm surprised.
He's wrapping around the screen. Right now he's actually at the top of the screen. He's close to where Hera is. And right there's the stairs to Hera. Now he's in Hera.
How do you know how to navigate all that? Is it just like muscle memory, or is there like a map somewhere in the world?
What is this cave?
That was a lot of stuff.
No, seriously, what cave is that? Because it just had the Master Sword, and a bottle, and what was that last thing? It was good, that's all I remember.
I don't know, seems like a pretty standard mini Moldorm cave to me. Half magic, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, half magic. So, another thing he'll need. So, you're going to clip into Ice Rod Cave. He'll once again be stuck. Forced to save and quit.
Is that faster than using a bomb to just open it? Or is it just you do it because you're in Overworld glitches and you can? Oh, that was an interesting setup
fall with the bomb jump there.
Yeah. Alright, so Chris is going to be making his way up the mountain, it looks like.
It's interesting I didn't check that chest. Getting an old man rescue, because it's actually pretty annoying to have to clip off Death Mountain every time.
Yep, the lane going to be going through it in the dark. Luckily, this dark room's pretty simple. Especially for people that have been playing it for, you know, a week. It's not hard. You can learn it really easily.
How do you learn it so quickly?
You move around and hope that you get through. And that's how you learn.
I see Chris wrap his screen just like thalane, but instead of transitioning to the right, he's already at the top of the screen he wants to be in to get the Hera.
I like being in dungeons, because now I know what's happening.
Nope,
allowed in here.
about to do something I actually haven't seen in the tourney, I don't think yet. He's going over here, skip the hook shot.
Oh, that's cool. Hook shot and hammer, for that matter, too.
And also
go around the north way.
He's also skipping a clip to get here. With another clip.
That's a burner.
It sure is.
Chris pulling off the bomb jump. I'm shocked. A lot of love in this cave.
Yeah.
Some more red stuff. And a little bit of literacy.
Yeah, that's only useful for two things, because you saw we can easily get to into desert already, from both players, actually.
We'll probably see that come into use right up here, considering ether oh, no, well, maybe. I don't know. How do you... Can you get over to
Yeah,
west?
you can get that.
Okay. I mean, of course you can, but... How easily can you get there?
Oh, I can't do it that easily, but I have seen people do it pretty easily. Thalane also shocked.
Chris was doing a little dance there for us.
Probably to light some torches.
Using those gland strats.
Who? First Dark World visit from Chris, who did a downwards teleport to get up here, and then just kind of shimmy his way through all this collision around him. Well, we're also going to see a mirror wrap. So when he hit that transition, he's actually hit it.
Oh, that's not what the lane wanted to do. He was trying to check King's Tomb.
Yeah, so when he hits that in transition, it actually moves him 1.5 screens across, which just happens to put him right on top of the laser bridge entrance. Yeah, so bush collision is actually really dumb. Slashing it from the east side is literally pixel perfect. And so, since the collision extends a little bit to the west, it's gonna try to pick up the bush. Well, that's not gonna try to pick up. It's gonna say, okay, we have what we need to pick up a bush. But it's actually gonna end up picking up the rocks, and so it doesn't do another check, and you end up just getting a mitless rock. It's pretty cool.
I just see the lane falling endlessly.
Yeah, that's the Taj so super jump. He's just, I don't know exactly why it happens, but it just jumps him really far and hard locks him. Well, not hard lock yet. If he saves and quit, he'll be fine.
Chris continuing his tradition of having a pendant in Thieves Town every time in a tournament. The dude is cursed.
Yeah, he kind of is. Vanilla Red Ruby. And people in chat pointing out that if they took a drink every time Chris sucked, they'd be dead within a minute.
Drink responsibly, children.
Yeah, if you don't drink responsibly, you're gonna end up saying things like "Boover confirmed." Elaine doing a nice little fat fairy clip. The way this works is, once again, with this screen wrap, he's on the wrong screen. So where he mirrored was actually right inside the Hyrule Castle courtyard. Collision stays the same though, so he was able to enter his old man's cave to reset his camera. And now he's doing the safe route and taking an intentional death, which will allow him to restart from Link's house. chat asking a question about Spike Cave. He actually only needs the hammer, gloves, pearl, and cane. He could walk through Spike Cave and only take less than 3 hearts of damage. You want to talk about that item we just got?
What?
You weren't paying attention, were you?
I was, no, I was paying attention.
Oh, he just got powder.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I was watching Chris's screen. Alright, so Chris is going to be checking out Ether Tablet here. He has the Master Sword, so something will rain down on his face. It's just some love.
Yeah, boring. Kind of interesting to see thalane do this just for that item.
I mean, he just got it. He probably just wants to cash in on it.
Yeah, I don't know if a save and quit would actually be faster, but it worked out. And just a red rupee. So what we're going to see from Chris is a bunch of Dark World checks. Was that?
He can also finish Skull Woods, so he'll be grabbing a crystal here too.
Yep. Normally this requires the hammer and both the hammer and the glove. Logically in Overworld glitches, it only requires the move pearl.
Well, and like a sword and and fire rod, of course, to actually get into the last part.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like the entire general area.
Yeah.
thalane going the other direction looks like he wants to check probably King's Tomb, and maybe Graveyard Ledge. I saw him attempt it earlier, but I didn't see if he succeeded. That's a good find.
I saw it briefly out of the corner of my eye. Was it Ice Rod?
Yeah, there was the Ice Rod.
Yep. Gonna definitely want that. That's required for Turtle Rock. The one use it has.
Excuse me, it can also freeze things. It can insta-kill blue guards. Unless they have a bow. Bow actually makes you completely immune to ice. It works for Landmo. Works on mini mold worms. It works on Argus.
It has plenty of uses, but required uses.
I think they're required for Landmo.
Well, it could be. Alright, whatever. Oh, Chris is really aggressive towards that wall there.
He does not like
It's still taking it all out on the wall.
He does not like these walls at all.
No, that poor wall, dude.
Yeah, do you know why he doesn't like those walls, or is it just like something?
I don't know, they were probably looking at him funny. Had to teach it a lesson. Alright, we should see a pretty spicy moth fight here from Chris. He's got half magic fire rod. even with Master Sword, it's not a very hard fight.
Yeah.
See, there down he goes.
Amazingly clean kill. And Christos is being followed by thalane into this dungeon. Looks like thalane's taking a slightly different approach, where he's going to check the back first and hope both items are there. Some important knowledge from chat that the intended way to kill bosses is to damage them.
That is important advice. Thank you, chat.
I mean, that's not true for all games, however. There's a boss in Yoshi's Island where you're actually supposed to push a pot.
Yeah, you like push him off the edge.
Yep, beat a boss with no damage. Thalane actually hasn't been to South Shore in the Light World yet, so he's going for this magic here. He doesn't have his half magic yet, so we're probably gonna... Oh, and he also doesn't have his Master Sword from there. So it's gonna be a tough fight without enough magic for a few Fire Rod shots. I don't think I can disagree with that decision. So chat pointing out that pots are actually bottles. That is true.
It's Chris getting the big key from the boss. He's gonna open the big chest.
Thalane making use of those spikes, which actually deal Butter Sword level damage. So Diptos, which normally take 2 slashes from the Butter Sword, only took 2 slashes from the Fighter Sword because the spike was overriding the damage that Thalane had dealt. I believe that's our 3rd bottle total, and the 2nd one for Chris. And Chris heading into Thieves Town, probably just in full denial that it is a pendant. Big ouch for Thalane.
Yeah, unfortunate death, but getting right back up. Gonna check out this this location. Oh my gosh, my brain. Gonna actually bail though.
Chris finds Decana Samaria in Thieves Town, which is pretty nice. That puts Turtle Rock completely within the logic.
Yep, hopefully he goes to King's Tomb first to get his ice rod, and then he can full clear it.
We don't actually need a medallion
that,
to do
isn't there a possibility you might?
Not if you use your keys right. Chris is actually doing another map wrap to get, well, not map wrap, a screen wrap to get into Ganon's tower.
Ah, yeah.
That one's pretty easy. Just keep clipping to the left, and you can't actually jump off. So once you stop, you just hold down and right on the same frame.
So without hookshot, he can't actually check all the locations, but he'll be able to get to pretty much everything except for the fire snake room and the what?
He has no hammer.
Oh.
You can't do left side at all.
You can't do left side at all, you're right. I'm so used to having hammer when you get in here.
Okay, well that's a lie. He can do the torch.
Alright, so pretty much torch is the only thing on left side he can get. He can
And
pull
with,
clear right side.
and with Ganon's tower being accessible this early, Tire Room is actually a good play. This time it's more like a play from his match about 2 hours ago, though.
We don't talk about that.
We just did.
Ooh, finding gloves on the right side.
Actually opens up only a couple spots. Most notably, with the hammer, it opens up more of Ice Palace. Although logically, you do require the mix for Ice Palace. So, if you're staying within the logic, there's only a couple locations that gloves by themselves open up. Depending on the key layout, Back of Escape's one of them. And Checkerboard always requires the gloves.
So we'll see if Thalane decides to keep going. Nope, he's also dipping out of Thieves Town. Finding Samaria and being like, yep, that's it. Ooh, flute and GT.
No.
That does nothing, doesn't it?
Yeah, in this mode, when you see a flute, you just go, huh? What? Whatever, who cares?
I mean, convenience. Luxury item.
Being a complete boover and poke dashing Armos.
He doesn't know what to do. He's like, what do I have? Nothing, Chris. You have nothing.
Like, I can't even do this with the bow and NMG. What do I do now?
It's a hard fight, man. Look at them. They're hopping at you. They're on ice. They're doing spins around you.
Chris is completely unaware that pressing the start button will not fill you up with potions.
He's just dashing through them. This is the most entertaining Ice Armos fight I've ever seen.
You got one of them now, though.
One down, like 50 billion more to go. And that doesn't even include the red guy.
Yeah, the red guy's, whoever's left is probably gonna have its health reset.
Unless he gets super lucky and downs both of them at the same time with a bomb or something. Oh, he's gotta be careful. He has 2.5 hearts. 2 hearts. He's beeping. Down goes another. Alright, come on. Alright, nice bomb.
Making better use of his time to check some, item-dense locations in the South Dark World. Also, we're seeing a mirror a couple times to get a few otherwise isolated Light World locations. Quake and Red Mail, so Chris is now, he's ecstatic.
Yeah, like, finding that red mail.
Yeah, Quake.
Ooh, and the big key on Torch.
Wow, if he had gone left side first, he would have had a way to check the big chest. Now, if he wants to check that big chest, he has to go all the way through either the left side or the right side.
Well, odds are he might come back once he has Hammer to check that left side, so he'll probably just go after going to Randomizer Room.
Yeah, but that's still a lot of time to go for one item.
But it might be the item.
Might. Nothing so far in Hype Cave.
Also, neither of these runners have gone through Escape now, until now. We're gonna get the back of Escape from Chris right now. Which is interesting, because you have access to this from the very beginning. There's the hammer!
Time to go back to Gator's Tower.
Well, I guess he didn't have access from the beginning since he couldn't lift the rock. Never mind.
Oh,
But still, that's pretty funny.
He did have the lamp, and there was a key in Sanctuary, so...
Oh yeah, you're right. So it was available from the beginning. It just would have been a very long walk. Got some Rave Meyer going on the lane screen. Getting some flippy floppies.
Yep, those are actually required this seed.
I think we're gonna see what Meyer is. It's Quake, which Chris just got in GT. So that puts him in a very good position to clear out Meyer. Just has to go to King's Tomb and get his ice rod. And we'll need what? Bow and hookshot?
Yeah, not really much else is required, and we know where most of these items are. Well, we know where 2 of them are across the players.
Finally gonna be turning in his bottle. Sick Kid rewarding him handsomely with a single rupee.
I'd like to make note that Christos' movement is so bad, he just got stuck on an entrance door while he was pretty much aligned with it perfectly. Oh no. The miss might be logically required for Ice Palace, but at this point, even though you don't want to go into Ice Palace, if it's a play that's better than, say, I don't know, Catfish, because you just decided to isolate Catfish by doing other stuff nearby, this is one of the situations where you wouldn't want to wait for the miss.
Thalane's going to be getting his half magic, his bottle, and his master sword. And an extra heart.
Well, we're going to see Christos go into this useless hype cave.
Look at all the money he's getting, and the arrow!
He doesn't deserve that arrow.
I'd give that a 1. 1 out of 10. Right, so Thalane is just kind of going through all these checks that Chris did pretty early in the seed.
Yeah, both players have essentially swapped places.
I think this is Chris going to Meyer.
Yeah, probably.
So he'll be getting his flippy floppies.
This is actually our first Zora area check. Because that's our 4th bottle.
Oh wait, did Thalane get this?
No, he doesn't have gloves yet.
Oh dang. So Chris is getting himself some silvers. Super helpful without the bow, by the way. Like, you can just stab things with them.
Thalane's about to get his tempered sword. While Chris definitely needs those silvers to be able to defeat Ganon, Thalane is going to be in a very good spot with tempered since he knows how to do silverless.
Chris seeing that he can finish Meyer, so he's definitely going in there.
Thalane showing off the rare Pokewalker or event surfing Pikachu. actually have quite a number of locations left. We haven't seen the east side of the game for either player in either world.
I would guess, since Chris has hammer, that will be where he goes after this mire track.
Maybe we see him go into swamp.
Chris, going to swamp? Hello?
You're right. Lane's actually
Thalane? Yeah, he's going to be able to clear out Turtle Rock. And I guess check all this other stuff too. Whatever.
Yeah, there's 3 items up here. Then 3 more out of sequence.
Are you talking about hovering?
That thing Chris can't do?
Hovering's a myth.
If you've seen Christos's technique, I'm sure it probably does seem like that.
The lane checking what Turtle Rock is regardless.
Yeah, not even going into Hookshot Cave. Oh right, he doesn't have the gloves.
We keep forgetting about that.
I mean, he could still get in there though. There's another screen wrap from the bottom of the screen to get on top of that island. Well, I'm not sure. I think that's one of the things that aren't in logic actually. Chat, they're obviously getting riled up by the hover talk. No one managed to mention that I did it this morning on the GBA version.
Why would you force yourself to play the GBA version?
That's where I learned that pots are actually called bottles.
That's so strange.
I'm not kidding. In the GBA version, when you walk up to the heart in the Death Mountain Cave, the old man goes, "There should be a heart in that bottle."
That's so weird. Maybe old man just got dementia in the port.
Probably.
Did not remember what pots were called. Alright, so that was the second item for Chris.
Yep, and there's the ether medallion for Thalane. Not the one we wanted, though.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go into GT to get all of his goodies.
If you count the Overworld tiles, we've actually seen all 3 medallions now. Chris using 3 moves rather than 2 moves to get to that Cane of Samaria from the fire rod.
Shoutouts to 1234 rupees, by the way.
Shoutouts to 490, which is 70 better than 420. Now, Thalane almost tried to check Mimic Cave there, but quickly realized he didn't have the hammer. We're hoping that Mimic Cave has nothing, because Chris does have the ability to check it when he goes to Turtle Rock.
Do you think he knows that clip to get over to King's Tomb? I think he learned it a long time ago, but I don't know if he ever relearned it.
Him? No. Yeah, no, we actually have no player having a definitive lead right now. Chat. By which I mean one person.
All of chat.
This is like when one kid like acts up and the entire class has to stay behind.
That was a pretty good video fight with the hammer. Put him in a really good spot, so you could just
Didn't he
whack
use,
him.
like, 2 potions?
He did use 2 potions, that's true, but I meant the second phase. He also doesn't have that many hearts. Thalane grabbing his first shield. Clearly he doesn't need it like Chris does, though, so he doesn't care.
Chat, once again, one person pointing out that Chris is very bad at catching crystals. Although I don't know if that matters in Randomizer. We also have chat using a Christos emote.
Literally me. I have a name.
Yeah, I called you by your name, chat.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's close enough. We'll start with CH. Jesus, did you die?
Christos failing.
Whoa! What was that? He pulled a Michael Jackson down the mountain. What just happened?
He wasn't on the right pixel, and just kind of gives him a weird transition. He was trying to go to Graveyard Ledge.
Well, that proves my theory that he doesn't remember how to do that clip.
Right? He's either given up and he's going to mirror the Graveyard Ledge, or he's going back into Skull Woods. Or not Skull Woods, Feetstown.
Chat's pointing out that Chris is a very, very new runner, so we need to be nice to him.
It took a lot of guts to join this tourney when you know literally nothing, especially not about the logic.
Oh my gosh. I really hope Chris watches this back. That was a
Chat is pointing out that they are far superior to Chris.
I mean, that's not hard, though. No offense to chat. 100% offense to Chris.
Thalane making a better move in GT. He actually goes to the left side first to get a small key and the big key. So when he does his full right side clear, he'll actually be able to check the big test. Chat pointing out that Chris's aim is terrible. And chat being offended that they're even mentioned in the same sentence as Chris.
That is a... what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think. I'm so just out of sorts right now. That's a fair thing to be. Alright, here it is. Chris. He's getting the ice rod. He's gonna go to Turtle Rock. But it's not really gonna get him anything. So after that, what else is left?
There's still the dungeons on the east sides of both worlds.
Oh, that's right.
And for Chris, there's now the left side of GT.
Left side of GT, yep.
Only one chest logically open, but you could probably spend about 30 bombs trying to get up to the Stalfos room and across the Fire Snake pit. Oh, we also have a swamp.
Yeah, definitely can't beat it, but it's there. It exists. You can't hover swamp, Spanda.
I can.
Can you?
Yeah.
Alright.
They're, you know the vanilla bakey chest? There's holes above, you know, to fall down into that room.
Ah, okay. That was a nice hover from Chris.
It was.
Last about 3 seconds.
I believe that's a personal best for him.
Thalane's going to be grabbing his flute and his quake and his red mail.
And we're probably going to see a Normos fight that does not take 5 minutes.
We're going to see a much more professional fight here.
You may be wondering why he's using the Cane Burna or Sword Beams, and that's because they actually do the same amount of damage as a Tempered Slash.
Oh my god, Burna messes him up too.
Yeah. It's fun. You can do the whole thing with one magic bar in Burna. Meanwhile, even if you have infinite magic, Moth takes like 10 minutes with just Burna if you don't press any buttons.
Bosses are weird, dude.
It's mostly because just like half the time you're just kind of like getting bumped into a wall.
Yeah. Moth is super finicky. Just like in general. So I can't imagine using Burna would be an ideal strat.
Chat, no, he did not evolve. He just became shiny.
Imagine if Pokemon could just become shiny. Hey, I'm special now. Look at me.
Nowadays, shinies are like a dime a dozen.
Chris just walking into that skeleton. Not even trying to dodge it.
He knows it's a futile effort.
Finding our very useless ether medallion.
I can't defend ether. Flames are making pretty good use of that mirror. Being able to do it again to get full magic. Chat making a terrible pun. Meanwhile, Christos wastes a ton of time doing this room as if he had the hook shot.
I liked the pun, personally. You go, chat.
Chat pointing out there might be a double agent on commentary.
Spanda, don't expose yourself.
Phrasing.
Jesus. I'm not getting paid enough for this.
I mean, you're trying to make fun of Chris, and you haven't been making fun of him that much.
I'm timing it. There's a comedic timing to these things.
No, there's not. It's Chris. Flame gets his second crystal, and Chris is about to get his fourth.
Yeah, Chris definitely in a good spot right now, but anything can happen. We're seeing some fun hammer strats on good old Trinex. Chris just loading that ice head up with fire rod shots.
Yeah,
Didn't
so
even
many
stand a
times it
chance.
turned red. Wow.
He was a little early on that sword.
But he does manage to get the kill, although it pales in comparison to Thalane's fight, who had a pretty standard and fast one. Are we finally going to see people go to the east side yet?
He might be doing that left side GT check now. Nope.
It actually would have been the perfect opportunity right there to clip down the catfish, then clip back down the pod.
That'd make too much sense.
Nope, instead we're going to go to Light World, Eastern Palace, where we have no way to, use a mirror portal or something to get back to the other side.
Okay, there's that last sword. So Chris now has Bombos and a Temper Sword.
And not even heading into Eastern. Chat pointing out that Chris lives in the same time zone as them, and they're greatly ashamed of that fact. It's a nice thing. Both players using the portal here. I think both players are actually going to head into GT at the same time. Both making the smart move and heading into Spike Cave as well.
Wow. I mean, I expect this from Thalane, but Chris being smart?
Yeah, if it weren't for the 15-minute delay, I'd be a bit suspicious of Chris. Never this smart.
Chat pointing out that, thank goodness, we can actually open Turtle Rock now.
Also, you may have noticed Thalane was much better with his heart planning. He got a full refill there.
Yes, that was planning.
This is interesting. No, Thalane. Okay, Thalane might be doing the swamp play now.
Oh yeah, I've seen this one before.
Yeah, you saw it, earlier in this race. Less than an hour ago.
I just like the endless falling. I don't know, something about Pikachu just moving down.
Maybe not the swamp play quite yet.
Cool pyramid fairy.
Yeah, but, you know, we're not very impressed with Chris because we did already see that.
Oh, did we? I wasn't paying
It's
attention.
actually mirrored pretty high, so it might take him a couple more tries to get out. Yeah, see, it should only take 2. Chris should only take 2.
Alright, so Chris probably heading over to Pod now. Nope, never mind. He's going to the left. See you later. He's getting a fairy.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's doing. I give up. He's mirror bonking. That's what he's doing.
He's probably thinking, well, it's Overworld glitches. You can get into walls. Is this allowed? Am I allowed to get into this wall? No,
This
Chris,
wall looks
you're not.
comfy. Getting some uncle action.
Chat pointing out that, yes, Chris is a new player.
Yeah, well, Chris is absolutely stacked in cash. Also worth mentioning, he hasn't done any of the flipper stuff yet, so that's all out there existing for him to find, you know, a sword. But that's it.
But it is the butter sword, and well, players at Thalane's level will find much use out of butter over temper, and a player like Chris probably will. And that will give him a much better chance at the 1-1 cycle on the Ganon site.
Yeah, only 6 hits on Ganon. That's absolutely vital to a player like Chris.
You might even be able to get through phase 3 without, you know, just missing a hit and getting hit by fire bats.
Oh no, he'll still get hit by fire bats. But luckily he has that red mail, so he won't die.
Thalane having a, you know, a much cleaner Armos. He didn't
Armos?
use bombs. Or not, sorry, Armosless. I think that's his name.
Okay, perfect, thank you. I need you to spell that for me as well.
Yeah, I'll type it in chat.
Okay, thank you. Perfect. Sounds like my boss fights, honestly. Chat pointing out that if Chris tried to be in the spring tournament going on right now, whew,
But, you know,
thank goodness for him.
But, you know, when we have those unseeded qualifiers, that might be his only chance to ever play against a player like Andy. Chris is trying to hit a hammer right above her. Nothing there.
I think that was a unsuccessful hammer dash.
Chris might not have enough money for Kiki.
Yeah, it's gonna be cutting it close.
Keep in mind that if you take damage with Kiki around, he's gonna run away and you'll have to pay him 10 rupees again.
Yeah, so I mean, if Chris gets hit 191 times on the way to Pod, he'd be in a bad shape, but luckily he made it through. Alright, getting a key so we are able to get through Pod.
Yeah, the minor glitch with the potion, it's known as Glanon Pot. After its founder, Sir Glanon Pot. It's actually fairly new and it hasn't had a chance to make it into the logic yet. Although,
Does Chris have a potion? I think he used them both on Biddy, so I don't even think he has one right now. Yeah, see, Chris? Thank you for proving that for me. He heard me. So, unfortunately, those 2 chests are going to go unchecked.
You'd think a guy like him would be visiting the potion shop every 5 minutes. Chat pointing out that Christos is actually good at some things, namely drinking, a basic human skill needed for survival. So if you're ever worried that Chris might die of thirst, nope. He is able to drink. Finds the hook shot.
That makes Swamp completable. I would be surprised if that wasn't his next destination. Now we're in D mode. Just looking for that D.
You gotta wonder if a player like Chris knows that you do actually need the hook shot to complete the game. Or if he just, probably thinking like, what is this? Where's my 5th bottle?
I hold out hope that he will figure it out.
Yeah, hopefully. You might be a bit lost without the text that tells you what to do. So we will need the bow for that big key. Not even going into Eastern. Chris would much rather just go back through a bunch of Overworld once again, just to get back to this area he's been to for the 2nd time already.
He's keeping it beginner friendly for me. I really appreciate it.
No, I mean, to get to East, he would just have to go inside Eastern. He could have done that.
Oh, I thought you were... Don't mind me. I 100% misheard you.
I misheard me too.
Yeah, we all do.
What?
What? I mean, maybe he's hoping he'll find the bow in Swamp, and then he'll be able to just wham bam bust them both out.
That it is possible to kill Vitreous and only take... Wow, only... Okay, he missed that one hit. He only took 5 hearts of damage. Much better than 2 potions worth.
Alright. To be fair, Chris did only have Master Sword. That wasn't exactly his fault.
It was, because he could have routed better. So Thalane gets his 3rd crystal. He's got some uncovered ground that Chris has got down, but we haven't really got anything out of that. Chat pointing out that commentary is indeed talking. You know what, this time I will actually name them. Thank you, Trig. We are talking.
Dang. Getting called out. Chris got tempered from Sahasrala's back door. And by back door, I mean closet.
Thalane, you're a bit too low there.
Chris, knowing that he's one item from go mode, is going to go straight to Argus. I've seen him die to Argus today, so hopefully he'll be able to do this. He's a little low on resources. Doesn't have Butter Sword, only has 13 hearts. I truly hope that he survives.
He might need a bit more magic. That arrow capacity upgrade will help him a lot.
It will, once he gets the bow. I know he has silvers, but, you know, he might miss a couple shots.
He'll miss more than a couple. Looks like Thalane's doing what Chris should have done. We're going to get to see that. We're going to see a nice little auto walk. An auto walk being used properly, though. If he didn't get that auto walk, he would have been stuck up in the waterfall and has been forced to save and quit. But Thalane gets it, and chat, no, Chris is not so bad that he can corrupt memory. At least as far as I know.
Alright, Chris learning his lesson from the tournament race a couple hours ago. And killing Argus before Argus kills him.
Looks like Thalane might be heading to... Yeah, I think he's heading to Pod, but I don't... This is a fast way, but he might not know the slightly faster way. He will be able to just go down here, and now he's in the Pod area. Worry not that all that blackness, they're not holes. Ooh, he's also going to be able to get his Butter Sword.
He'll go mad at that. Nice, but
Yeah, I actually heard him. So we're probably also going to see the pod check along with hookshot gate, or along with the hookshot in there.
Yep, and if he has a bottle, he might even... I mean, we know we won't find the bow on the right side, so it's actually not going to be in his interest to go right side.
Well, it will get him the big key.
That is true, but I mean, you have to go that way to get it anyways, regardless, so...
But what we could see is him get the big key, and then maybe he finds a bow in Eastern, and then he can just come right back.
That is true. You're really hoping for that Eastern play.
I mean, it's been available to us about 75 minutes ago.
Before the race even started.
Check your math.
75. 60, 70, 74, right? Am I crazy?
I said about. 74 is about 75.
75 is still before the race started. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, if you say about 74, they're going to say, well, why do you specific if you're saying about?
Chris finding the big keys. He has to walk all the way back.
Yep.
That's my least favorite.
Chris, the hilarious comedian he is, probably just yelled out, "Is this even randomized?"
Yes, that is Chris's favorite thing to say when playing this video game.
Thalane, he probably picked up this bomb jump from a useful player, where Chris also probably got it. So it's pretty nice. Chris probably thought, oh man, this bomb is going to give me a huge advantage. No, it doesn't. Because your opponent knows it as well. So nothing was in Swamp. So it does look like we're getting the left side of GT play.
And finally. I mean, I know he had crystal dungeons to clear, but come on, man. We all know Bo's gonna be in GT. It's gonna be in that nice little randomizer room. Top left. That's what I'm calling. You want to see Big Chest? All right.
No, I want to see Eastern.
Oh, Eastern. Chris already picking up that key in the pot earlier.
Chat saying that we have 11 chests that exist.
Oh, well, there's that.
Not even on the eastern side of GT.
So Chris is going to go ahead and just finish up GT right now. And then he'll just wombo combo pod in Eastern. I should have said DM room. I'm sad now.
Lane seems to be making the same GT play. Well, Chris still does have a bit more cleared right now. Thalane's not going to be spending as much time in those dungeons as Chris has been. Chat pointing out that Chris is probably still holding the word go. He's probably been having that ooh held out for about 3 minutes. I'm sure that once we get to the interview, he'll still be going.
Alright, so Thalane is also in go mode now. He will, I'm sure, finish up GT. Then we just have to rush through Pod, Eastern, kill a pig, and we are donezo.
Thalane will have to order some calamari first. And then he will need to defeat Argus. But, with the hookshot in hand, he doesn't have anything else to look for. He can just go right to the back of Swamp.
Yeah, I think Chris definitely has a decent lead right now, but, you know, anything can happen.
Right, failing with Rogues too.
Yep, that'll cost him a whole minute, I think.
We're gonna see if he has enough magic to properly do this torch room.
Well, you say that. And he fires a fire rod shot off into oblivion.
No, Chris, you cannot slash those sparks. Chris getting the full magic, even though he doesn't need it. Magic is not required for either of the dungeons he has left. And he's not going to be going to Ganon next.
I personally would just use Ether in every room of Eastern. Maybe that's what he's thinking of. We got Ether, we might as well use it, right?
Yeah, that would be a pretty decent move. It does instantly kill all Stalfos. Much cleaner execution on Wood Rogue 2 for Thalane.
Wow, Aga just lining up for Chris there. Oh, this might be a triple-double.
Yep, thinking,
Oh,
well,
nope.
you know what? This guy needs some good patterns, otherwise he'll be stuck here forever.
Yeah.
Case in point.
Yep. Well, you know, blue balls will do that to you. But he brings him down.
Chris, no, there are not any bombable walls in Maggot's Tower. I'm not sure where you think they would go. Chat pointing out that the witch has not been checked yet. Well, both players are in go mode and we haven't them yet, so we probably won't see a witch check.
I think they want you to check the witch.
We'll just check it during credits.
So, let's assume that one of these players went to back of escape early. This would have been a pretty quick seed.
Yeah, it would have, but with so many locations that are opened up with right away or with just one or two items, it's very easy to skip out on light world checks.
Yeah. That's what's interesting about this. Especially because they got Moon Pearl so early, it's just, you know, they can go anywhere.
Chat pointing out that Thalane had a much better Agaphite.
I'm sorry, what? Can someone explain what? I don't know. I don't know.
Still not as good as him getting stuck while aligned to a door.
He just was like, you see this chest? See this chest? I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
I would have loved if he got the big key and just went down, because that was a small key that was required.
Not something I would do.
You're not Chris.
Not Chris. Thank God.
Yeah, because, you know, if Chris were commentating right now, that would provide an unfair advantage. So I'm glad that Chris is not commentating right now. No, don't Thalane? Okay, good. He's Thalane very clearly hit that
thing.
death.
Thalane not taking as much damage, so he's gonna be able to have sword beams. Almosaur gifting us with more money, because we did not have enough.
Well, Thalane's only like a couple minutes behind Chris and Todd, but he does still have all of the swamp pellets. Even go mode might not be able to clear up the lead, but keep in mind, Chris still hasn't found his butter sword for Ganon yet.
Yeah, I don't know how I don't know. How many times do you think he'll hit his head against Ganon before finally going to look for that butter sword?
A player of Chris's level might.
Ooh, that's very lucky. Immediately finding the big key, so he's just able to go right to the back now.
Chat pointing out that Chris does have his half magic though, so that will be enough for him to use the Cane of Inferno probably.
Or the cape. Oh, he doesn't have it. He can't use the cape.
We might see him go search for it.
If he's feeling not confident enough, he might, yeah. I'm surprised he didn't check that chest. He must be feeling good today.
Yeah, he checks it all the time in MMG.
Yeah, I don't know why he chose to skip it today, but hopefully it works out for him.
He might be at the point where he doesn't need the compass anymore. You know, big steps.
Or the map. No compass or map finish Eastern.
Well, I think he just pulls up something from online. But...
Reminder that that is legal to do, everyone. You can look for the map and compass online. Okay, well, he found the compass now.
Finally getting an Armos fight that is not embarrassing.
Finally! The second one out of 2.
Still final.
That's true. You're not wrong. Is this technically faster?
I mean, he's doing it, so probably not.
I feel like walking from pod wouldn't have taken that much longer.
The chat pointing out that, you know, Christos is not going very fast for this.
I'm not going to question his madness. Sure.
No Brahmin meat. Fluting to Kakariko would not work. That's silly.
Walking from Kakariko. Oh, that's definitely the fastest. Feeding Aga and then walking to the castle warp. Even though, you know, once you defeat Aga, it puts you at the pyramid anyways, but, you know, details.
Yeah,
you would still have to walk to the castle warp.
Mirror to the light world, then save and quit. Save and quit to the sanctuary. And then walk to Kakariko, clip to Eastern Palace, and then from there walk to the castle warp.
Wow, something went well, because Chris didn't die or fall.
Yeah, he didn't even have Butter Sword.
I'm impressed. And with that, by some miracle of God, ChristosOwen has finished. I don't have the SRTV thing up. Do you?
No.
Alright, well, let's just say that he finished at 1:30:07. Woohoo!
Coincidentally, somewhere in the world it is 1:37. We'll see Thalane finish soon. It's a quick go mode swap away from having a 7th crystal, and from there it's just a fight that, you know, Chris wished he could have with Ganon.
Alright, I guess a numpty wants to talk to us. He's in the setup channel. I guess we can pull him in. Alright, Chris is here. Hi!
Hi!
You did it!
Important question, were you nervous about your Ganon fight and having found the sword?
I was petrified. By some miracle of God, I managed to finish. I really enjoyed listening to the last 15 minutes and hearing how much I was getting destroyed by YouTube commentary.
That's what kept me going, honestly.
I made plenty of boover moves for you both.
We know, like that chest and pod.
Yeah, pod was something.
Dude, I got vacuumed. I got sucked back out.
Sure.
So just a tip for the future, chests are opened with A, not right.
I'll write that one down right now.
Listen, I know you're a new player, Chris, but honestly, that's something you should know by now.
Hey, you gotta learn somewhere.
You're probably confused because in the Game Boy port, you open chests with the R button. So I'm sure you're thinking the whole time,
Yeah, I always
want to
get
open a
confused with
chest,
the
so
Game Boy
press
version.
R.
Have you even ever played the Game Boy version?
The superior version, yeah, I've played that. I actually, before I started speedrunning and streaming and stuff, I, like, quote-unquote, speedran that game on the Game Boy, just for fun a few times.
Did you know you could hover?
I didn't know anything. Like, I hadn't even discovered the Link to the Past speedruns. I hadn't discovered speedrunning. I just like playing the game fast, like when I was much younger. And then I realized that people play on the SNES one once I discovered speedrunning, and I was like, oh wow, that G-Boy version really does suck.
Didn't you have the SNES version?
I did not. Super Nintendo broke. Because
Yeah, I know the story.
Because of reasons which do not need to be disclosed. Like when I was a lot younger. So, and then because we didn't have a console, I'm pretty sure my mum sold all of my games or gave them to like my cousins or something, including A Link to the Past.
So your cousin is a top Link to the Past runner, is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's where I get it from. It's been passed through the family, all the strats. All the non-top 20 strats.
Yes, chat, this is serious. They want to hear a story about that.
About what? About the seed? Yeah, it was
No, the SNES.
Yeah, no, the seed was it was really interesting. There were some pretty cool item locations.
My favorite was the bow in GT, when you could have had hammer from like the beginning, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I will actually comment a little on the seed. I did Dependent Thieves Town and found Samaria, and then that let me do Right Side GT, and I had a spicy Isamos fight. I did not know what I was doing. I don't think I've ever been in the situation where I have a Master Sword and just bombs before, without beams. It was terrible.
We didn't say anything during that, I swear.
Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch this VOD from the beginning over the weekend probably and stream it and see how much I get destroyed. But then, yeah, when I found Hammer at the back of Escape, which technically could have been gotten from the start, I was a bit like, eh. I softlocked in about 4 walls, which is a PB, I think, now. I don't know. Finding a hookshot in pod was annoying because it meant if I had just sequence broke GT and found bow, I wouldn't have had to have double dipped pod. But I need to learn stuff. I forgot a bunch of stuff I learned previously as well. Like there's a lot of clips I've just forgotten. So I was really happy to see the flute so that I could baby out everything and just flute around the map.
Alright, with that, Thalane has finished with a time of 1:35:50. He's in the setup room, so I'm gonna pull him in. You guys can do the chit chat.
Yo, good game, Thalane.
GG, Thalane.
Hey, GG's.
How did it go for you? How did you find it?
I thought for the most part it was okay. Like the first 30 minutes were like, okay, what am I doing here? Like so many glitches went wrong for some reason, and I died to Mothula, and yeah, so that kind of, you know, threw me off the road. But then I think I recovered pretty good from that. Like some routing decisions were like really, really good. I was like, okay, this works out perfectly, and then others were, yeah, not as good, I guess.
Other than Mothula, your boss fights were pretty good, and that is not something Chris can say.
Jeez.
I will applaud you for killing Argus.
Yeah, I actually fluffed Argus up quite a bit.
We know. We know.
Thalane, I messed up a bunch of glitches too. I got stuck in a fair amount of walls. Early on, I softlocked myself with the race game, tried to get the item and clip.
And continue, yeah.
Yeah, I just got stuck there. A few other things.
I have no idea why you did that. With 20 rupiah, you had like 300 already.
Yeah, well, I thought, like, if you don't mess up the clip, it's free. So I was like, I'll get that free money. And then I was really, I used Mirror to mirror wrap into Turtle Rocks super early to get to the back, like without K or anything. But it didn't have anything. I was really hoping I'd like sequence break into some good treasure. I did some really jank auto walk trying to do Graveyard Ledge clip.
Oh, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Like, I've never seen it before. Like, I'm not sure what I did wrong, but I ended up just like walking through the graveyard and all the graves and then just was free to then move around. I was like, what do I do now?
Yeah, I think that up left in the air.
Yeah, so I softlocked there as well, like down in the dark, because I don't know, I was like off a pixel or something, and yeah, it didn't like put me down. And then next time I tried, I wanted to get the King's Tomb, and then maybe the sword buffer up was like a pixel too far or something, but I didn't land on the right spot, and then it kind of pushed me out and I couldn't lift up the rock, and then I stood down there on the graveyard. I was like, oh well, okay, guess I'll just catch it later when I do the mirror stuff, like regular Death Mountain decent, and then just go right and pick up the stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's the good thing about Overworld glitches, is if you do mess up like something to begin with, it's pretty quick to get back and have another attempt at it.
Yeah, I just personally don't really like starting over at the mountain cave like a million times if you don't find gloves or hammer or something, and then you always start up on that mountain with the old guy in the cave, and you're like, okay, again. It feels like worse every single time.
Yeah, it definitely does get annoying. I think other than Ice Rod, things weren't too badly placed. Like that took me, I didn't find that for quite a while. And then obviously...
Where did you find that again?
That was, the Ice Rod was in King's Tomb.
Oh, alright.
But I didn't have meds, and I've forgotten how to do the clip from Death Mountain to get there. So I had to like mirror in. So that could have been like devastating had I not found mirror.
Oh yeah, I mean, I heard earlier that you're a new player, so I guess there's always room for like learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think this is your first completed seed, right, Chris?
Yeah, it's my first time playing this game at all. Actually, I've heard of it, and that's it. I actually main OWG Randomizer. That's my jam.
I mean, those GBA skills, I think they ported back over.
But yeah, I'm gonna peace out here. I think. Thank you guys for commentating, even though you destroyed me, and thanks for the race, thalane, and thank you for tracking Crunchy. I have to race Sandy again in like an hour or something, so I need to go and relax for a little bit before that.
Hopefully all the suck is out of your system.
Ooh, don't know about that. I don't think I'm ever gonna get to that point.
All right, GG's, Chris, and good luck in your race later.
Yeah, GG's. Thanks again. And we have our race too tomorrow at some time, which I've forgotten, but like
I
tomorrow.
think it's like half an hour later than today.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it's at 1 p.m. Eastern, so an hour earlier.
Oh, is it?
Unless you guys changed it. I'm just looking at Chris's thing in Discord. I'm cheating.
Oh, you're correct. All right. Yeah, we moved this one further to the back. I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah, I don't remember. Okay, so the other two are an hour earlier. Gotcha.
1 p.m.
Anyway.
Eastern tomorrow. These two will come at it again.
Catch you later. Good games again.
Bye-bye. Thalane, any parting words from you?
No, really just thanks for commentating. I'm gonna rewatch this because I imagine you both guys were like making fun of, I mean, mostly Christos, but yeah, that's gonna be a fun watch. And thanks for tracking Crunchy, and also for restreaming from Cyclone, I think it was. So yeah, thank you very much.
Well, you did good. There was nothing to make fun of.
We were praising you the whole time.
Yeah, I will see about that.
We'll have a fun time rewatching it. Hopefully you get a giggle.
Do we have any parting words from chat?
Yeah, chat was our third commentator today. Nope, nothing. Cool. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.
They have a delay.
No. They had their chance.
Okay, yeah, there's nothing.
Chat says hi, Mom. All right, yeah, we're done. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Like you heard Chris say earlier, his next match will be on the main speed gaming in approximately an hour, I think. I think that's how much time he gave him.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, a little later. It's gonna be at 6 p.m. Eastern, so we have a little time. So relax, get your lives together. I will. I'm gonna let Spanda sign off since he was supposed to do the intro. I'm gonna let him redeem himself.
No.
Alright, that's it. that was it, just no. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.